Oh, Pennywise, you lovable scamp. They do all float. They do. Uh, oh, hi. Didn't see you there. How you doing? And welcome. Welcome to the 200,000 subscriber Q&A. Again, thank you all so much for being a part of this channel, for supporting me through the years. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. You guys are right. You're right here, man. You're right here. I love you guys. You guys rock. You know you do. Thank you so much. Just to do a little housekeeping before we get down to the Q&A part. Just wanted to talk about, the last video. I talked about, the problems that were going on in my life. And just to clarify something, I just want to say I'm sorry to anybody who misunderstood. The problems that were going on weren't between me and Lori. It wasn't relationship problems. We're good. It was family problems. And I do want to talk about that because it's going to lead into something else that I want to ask of you. Basically what the problem was is Lori's father, my father-in-law, just passed away from cancer. And yeah, he's been suffering from cancer for for the past couple of months, and that's what was going on. And he passed away Christmas night. He passed away Christmas night while we were in the room with him. He passed away peacefully. And yeah, I mean, it sucks that it happened on Christmas, but hey, God got a good Christmas present this year. He was a Christmas present to God this year. He was a Christmas present to Jesus. So, it was a sad Christmas, but at the same time, if there's a silver lining to the cloud is that, he's in a better place now and, he's not suffering anymore. So we're at least thankful for that much. So, yeah, like I said in the last video, it wasn't going to be a very Merry Christmas, and it wasn't. It ended up being a Christmas for mourning more than anything. But, as always, it is what it is. That is life. But this leads into what I want to ask of you guys. Just to make something perfectly clear, I will never ask you guys for a cent. You will never have to donate a dime to me, to this channel. You will never have to donate money to a YouTuber. Because I'm sorry, I think that's kind of dumb. If you want to donate your money to something that really, truly matters. And I'm going to ask you right here and now to please donate your money to the American Cancer Society. I'm going to put a link to their site in the description down below. That is where your money will do the most good. Not to a YouTuber who's avoiding having to punch a clock. This is money that will go towards saving lives. This is money that will hopefully fund the research necessary to find a cure and hopefully make it so that at some point in the future, no one will have to suffer from or die of this horrendous disease ever again. So that is what I'm asking for you to do. Every little bit helps, even if it's just $1. Every little bit helps. So please donate to the American Cancer Society. Again, link in the description down below. Don't donate your money to a YouTuber. Donate your money to something that really, really matters, and that is life and the preservation of it. And the eradication of these horrible diseases. That's where we need to be putting our money towards. So please donate if you can. I do appreciate it very much. Do it in my father-in-law's memory. Do it in Lori's father's memory. It would be greatly appreciated, so please do so if you can. But now, with all that kind of downer stuff out of the way, let's get down to the Q&A. And I got a lot of questions, Granted, I probably will still be able to answer all of your questions because the majority of people pretty much answered... Got it out of the way early with the tongue not working. Majority of people pretty much asked the same 5 questions, so I probably will still answer everybody's question, even though I don't get to everybody's question. So I figured I'm going to give myself an hour to do this, 1 hour. So I'm going to set my timer and I'm just going to start answering these questions. Right now I'm just going to kind of rapid fire through them and see how many we can get to in an hour. If I do not get to your question, I do apologize, but I got over 1,000 things here. So I don't know. I'm going to do the best I can, but we're going to start right now. So here we go. First question from Eric Holmisty. Eric Holmisty. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce anybody's name right, but anyway, what's your favorite Super Sentai and Kamen Rider series? For both categories, which series are your favorite? Also, what's Mascot's favorite? Favorite Super Sentai, Gokaiger. Gokaiger was the bomb. Gokaiger's love. Gokaiger's life. Kamen Rider series, Gaim. Gaim is love. Gaim is life. I love Gaim. What's Mascot's favorite? I don't know. I don't let him watch TV. It's dangerous for him. Marco Moleño said, we understand, Emgo. We hope you get through all your struggles. Have a good new year. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Shane Everett writes, wow, I have never actually seen what Emgo looks like. I have been on camera so many times by now. It's just, the funny thing is that all the videos where I'm actually in front of the camera, those are the videos that nobody watches. Like this one, for example. You know, and the next video where I'm in front of the camera, somebody's going to go, first reveal! No, I've been on camera so many times. But anyway, all I've ever seen is hands and arm, and was convinced this was always going to be a Dr. Claw thing from Inspector Gadget. And it would always be a mysterious deal, and we would never truly see the man behind the camera. By the way, you see this logo? This logo is my face. Where do you think I came up with this? It's me. You see my face in every video. Now I finally have a face I can put to the voice. By the way, I love how you say warning! Thank you. I'm a huge fan, Emgo, and I have 2 questions. What are some of your favorite bands to listen to on your spare time, and does your little commentary bot have a name? My little commentary bot, sure. Favorite bands to listen to? Metallica. Metallica is love. Metallica is life. Love Metallica. I've always loved Metallica. Disturbed, love Disturbed, Evanescence. I know they don't really make music anymore. Nightwish. I was introduced to Nightwish a while back, and I love Nightwish. I think Nightwish is awesome. So yeah, that's who I listen to. Does my little commentary bot have a name? Well, the name I gave him is Mascot. His official name is Stronius. He is a Bionicle, in case anybody wants to know. So there you go. Troglodyte Boogie writes, what is your criteria for a bad toy? And by those criteria, what is the worst toy you own? My criteria for a bad toy, if it just doesn't work the way it's supposed to, if it just fails at pretty much everything, and just doesn't look good, if it's just not aesthetically pleasing to my eyeballs, I can't get behind it. So yeah, it just has to work, you know. Then, as much as people complain about, you know, like plastic quality and hollowness and simple transformations, they still work. They still do what they're supposed to do, and most of the time they do it successfully. So that's why I don't call them bad toys, because they're not. They work. They do what they're supposed to do, and I like them for that. So that's why I don't sit here going, worst toys ever, like other reviewers and people in the comments do all the time, because, you know, they work. So they work and they look good most of the time. So that's why I give them a pass. So there you go. What is the worst toy you own? I don't know. Probably those power core combiners. Those things were not good. Some of them were good, like the later ones were good, but those power core combiners, for the most part, were just not really that enjoyable. So okay, there you go. Oh, I answered that. Here was a surprise. I got a question from Shuken Shinobi. Dude, I did not know you watched me. I love your stuff. Shuken Shinobi is actually the first tokusatsu reviewer that I started watching, and first tokusatsu reviewer that I subscribed to. And yeah, I love your stuff, man. Thank you. I didn't know you watched me, dude. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you. So anyway, Shuken Shinobi writes, hey, Emgo, congrats on 200K. I literally just got to 100K myself. Yes, I know. Congrats, man. You deserve it. You deserve a lot more, man. You're good. So I hope to reach 200K someday too. You will. You definitely will. I love your review and presentation style. Your quality is practical and not over the top. I make dues with what I got. And your personality and the fun you have or don't have with the toys really shines through. Thank you. I strive to bring reviews that are more than just a simple review, but a fun time as well, and I've always seen that in your videos, and I love it. I don't know or remember who subbed to who first, but I'm glad to be one of your 200K and consider you a huge role model on how I structure my channel and present myself in my videos. Oh, thank you! Shuki! Shuki! I hope you get a chance to talk someday, and best wishes with your current issues you and Lori are facing. Thank you very much. As for my question, and pardon if it was asked somewhere around 550 comments, a lot to sift through. What was your inspiration for reviewing? What made you sit down and go, yeah, I want to talk about these things? Thanks again, MGO. Really just watching other people's reviews. I just stumbled across some toy reviews on YouTube, and it just kind of, made me want to start doing it. I saw what they were doing, and I was like, hey, I have a camera. I have I have some toys. I have a table. I have furniture. I can give this a shot. It was just a spur of the moment thing where I just saw what they were doing. It looked like it could be fun, and I said, hey, I'll give it a shot. And yeah, 8 years later, I'm still doing this, and it's actually become a job for me. And yeah, but thank you very much. And just to comment on something you said earlier here, something that I definitely strive to do in my reviews is to make them fun. Everybody nowadays, you see so many reviewers who just do the very sterile, clinical reviews, and they're just so devoid of life. It's just like, I feel like I'm listening to somebody reading stereo instructions. It's just, so I want to make my reviews fun to watch, because at the end of the day, it's a toy. It's meant to be played with, to have fun with. So that's what I do in my reviews. I play with my toys. I have fun with my toys in my reviews. That's why they exist. So, that's why my style is what it is. And it's always the biggest compliment. I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate every compliment I get. But the one that means the most to me is when people say, I have fun watching your videos. Because that means I've done my job. But anyway, thank you so much, Shuka Shinobi. You rock, man. I love you, dude. I love you. So yeah, someday we're gonna chat. I'll probably tweet you or something. We'll talk. We'll talk somewhere. I'll get to you. So anyway, let's see. TFS Productions writes, how much money do you think you've spent altogether on Transformers figures? Way too much. Way too much. I don't even want to do the math, honestly, because you know what? I came to the realization a long time ago that if I ever broke down and just sold everything in this basement, I would probably never have to work another day in my life. I could probably retire. I could probably retire at 37 and, pay off this house. I could probably move to Florida and just live off of that money for the rest of my life, because I've spent so much money, it's not even funny, and I don't want to think about it because it just makes me think of how much money I could have in my bank account right now. So there you go. Next, from Jalen Rocks Out, he writes, can you give us a tour of your basement? Here's part of it. There you go. Here's part of it. I honestly don't want to do a collection video. A lot of people ask me to do collection videos. I honestly don't want to. Here's the thing, I've been doing this for 8 years. I have over 1,000 videos on my channel. You have pretty much seen, you've seen about 95% of my collection already. There's not much you haven't seen, so just scroll through the playlist. You'll see my collection, it's right there. Wall, here you go. Here's part of it you haven't seen already. Here's the wall. There's the wall with stuff. There you go. So next, Charles Mangs? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, I'm sorry. For your skits, how do you determine how a character will sound or act? For example, what made you decide Prime will sound gruff and love pizza bagels? Well, I'm not the best voice actor anyway. I mean, like 90% of my voices sound the same. But, it's... I just look at the character and I just say, hey, you look like you should have a kind of raspy voice, or hey, you look like you should have a kind of normal voice, and then I look at another character and I go, hey, you should probably have a kind of raspy voice, you should have kind of a normal voice. That's pretty much all I do. There's not a whole lot of thought process that goes into it. What made me decide Prime would sound gruff? My Optimus Prime voice, like, my Prime voice was me legit just trying to do a Peter Cullen, and just realizing I was horrible at it, so then it just kind of turned into this, and now that's Prime's voice. So that's the best I can do. The pizza bagels thing, it was just a throwaway joke and a gag, and it stuck, and I just ran with it. There was no real thought process behind it. It was just him making a random joke about pizza bagels, and it stuck. That's all it was. There was no grand scheme going on there. It was just a throwaway joke. But there you go. Thank you, Charles Mangs. I hope I pronounced your name right. Mr. Syria 88. Have you ever had to deal with a friend/relative who tells you are too old to buy toys? No, and even if they did, I would not care, because nobody lives your life but you. So if you want to buy toys, if that makes you happy, who cares what anybody else says, right? Right? Right, exactly. So there you go. The Star Pool shows try this again. The Star Pool show/reviews wrote, no, this is unacceptable. You need to post a movie when you hit 200,000 subscribers. I'm just kidding. LOL. Seriously, though, it's fine. I completely understand, because I'm going through something with a friend, so I completely understand. I hope you and Lori get through the struggles you two are facing. Thank you very much. My question is this: if you had to build your own droid, would you rather have a protocol droid like C-3PO, an R-Series astromech droid like R2-D2, or a BB unit like BB-8? I would totally have a BB-8, because he's just adorable. And I would love to have a BB-8, just like an actual, like, sentient BB-8 just rolling around my house. That would just be cute. So yeah, there you go. So thank you very much. Aeons11. Again, hopefully I'm pronouncing this name right. What is your favorite third-party company? Also, I hope things get better for you and Lori. Thank you very much. My favorite third-party company. I have a couple of third-party companies that I absolutely love. I love Fans Toys. I've said time and time again, I think they have nailed the Masterpiece aesthetic. I think they're as close to what Takara does as you can get, so I love them. I love Make Toys. I love what they do. Mastermind Creations. I love what they do. Planet X. I'm loving the video game toys they're putting out. I have their Starscream. I have their Prime. I will get to reviewing them eventually, but I'm so backed up with stuff right now. But I will get to it. But yeah, Fans Project. I love what they do. Yeah, there's quite a few. I don't have an absolute favorite third-party company. Like there are a few that are pretty much like right there neck and neck. So yeah, those are my tops right there. So thank you for your question. Next up is Novexus Nui 777. How come you never did a review for Transformers Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Top Spin? I don't know. I just never got around to it, and I just never did. Sorry. So there you have that. My screen's crapping out. Whoa, hey, what's my screen doing? My screen's doing weird things. Hold up. Okay. Sorry, my screen just did something weird for a second there. All right, so I have to get back to where I was. Okay, here we go. B. Delaney wrote, "Hang in there, Emgo." I'm hanging. Short, shriveled, and always to the left, but I'm hanging. Aeons 11, again, I should have mentioned to just post maybe one question, and just, if you do want to ask multiple questions, just group them together, because there are a lot of people just like scattered questions throughout the comments, and I should have said something about that, but I didn't think of that at the time. But anyway. Aeons again, why did you name your cat Austin? He has the same name as me. Oh, small world. I named my cat Austin because I just like the name. A lot of people thought it was because of Stone Cold Steve Austin, because he is my favorite wrestler. It actually wasn't the case. I named him Austin. When we first adopted Austin, his name was Preston. That was the name they gave him. And we were both like, yeah, his name's not going to be Preston. We don't like that name. So I literally just pulled up a list of baby names, and I got to Austin, and I was like, And again, Stone Cold Steve Austin never clicked in my head. It was just, I just liked the name Austin, and it just maybe was a subconscious thing, but I saw Austin, and I looked at him, and I was just like, he looks like an Austin. Yeah, he looks like an Austin. He's Austin. So that's how I came up with Austin's name. So thank you for your question. Hughes213 wrote, more power to you, man. Do what you gotta do to find your peace, man. Keep your head up. We still got your back. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Johnny Bravo wrote, are you waiting for Transformers 5? I am waiting for Transformers 5. That's all we all can do is just wait, because it doesn't come out till sometime next year. So yeah, we're waiting. We have no choice to. So yes, I am waiting. Thank you. Thank you for your question. Mike Muraves wrote, the car you own if you could. What? Huh? The car you own if you could, what Transformer would you repaint it as? Me, my van, two skids. I think I got what your question is. Well, number one, I don't have a car. I don't drive, actually. I don't drive. I don't have a license. I'm a 37-year-old man without a driver's license. Yes, I know. Go ahead, mock me. I don't care. I ride the bus. I'm fine with that, whatever. It's less bills to pay every month, okay? But anyway, if I had a car, I would totally have a Mustang and paint it as Barricade, although I would probably get in trouble for that because I might get arrested for posing as a police officer, but that's what I would do. So, thank you, Mike, for your question. Costa Payatakis. I'm sorry if I messed up your name. Do you keep the toys you review? And what's your favorite toy line besides Transformers? You left out the U. Thank you. Yes, I keep everything that I review. Everything that I have reviewed is still in this room. Somewhere in this room. I think there's only maybe like one figure. Actually, you know what figure I don't have that I reviewed was that that Impossible Toys RC. I don't know if you remember that. I reviewed that. That was like, I think that was like during my rookie year when I reviewed that toy, and that thing was so bad. That thing was so bad. Like literally after I got done with the review, I put it up on eBay and I sold it. The Cool Dino King. The Cool Dino King is actually has been passed on to somebody else because, you know, I mean, as neat as it was, I knew that that thing was just going to sit in a corner and collect dust. I was never going to even touch it again, so I ended up just passing it along to somebody else so they can, you know, get some more enjoyment out of it than I would have. But yeah, mostly everything that I've reviewed, I mean, is still down here, you know. So thank you for your question. Let's see. Strike Revimus writes, do you have any YouTubers who influenced you? You know, any you get inspired by, love to follow because they give you some inspiration that makes for a good video you might produce as a result? Another question, are you into kaiju? If so, what are your favorite kaiju films? Read more. You ever have the dream, all us Toku fans do at some point, to be either Godzilla or an enemy monster in those rubber suits, wrecking a whole city of miniature buildings? Yeah, who doesn't? I would love to do that. Just to sit there crushing those little cardboard houses. Oh, that would be awesome. I would love to do that. Yes, I would. Favorite kaiju? I mean, Godzilla. Godzilla's love, Godzilla's life. I mean, is there really any other kaiju? I mean, come on, Godzilla. He's the king. He's the king of the monsters. But to answer your first question, what YouTubers who influenced you? I watched Pia. Pia is definitely an inspiration. You know, he's definitely one of the guys that got me into doing this. Sean Long got me into doing this. Who else? I'm trying to think. Rimfire. I totally forgot his name. Rimfire, who passed away a couple years ago. Rimfire was a guy that I loved to watch. He was a guy who definitely... he's a guy I could have seen myself being friends with because it seemed like we had the same kind of personality. And I love that guy, and it's a shame that he's gone. But yeah, those are the guys that just influenced me and inspired me to want to do this. So yeah. And yeah, there you go. So Thank you for your question. I hope I answered everything. Costa Payatakis, again. I should have limited it to just one question per person. A tour of your toy display would be kind of fun to watch. Again, yeah, I have no real desire to do a collection video. Costas Payatakis again. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Somebody else want to ask a question. Here we go. Jason Chastain. My heart goes out to you and Lori. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I, for one, appreciate your focus on family and friends. I suggest just focusing on 2017, and I'm sure you and Lori will persevere. Yes, we will. Thank you very much. Thanks for all you do. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. You as well. Thank you. We love you, bro. I love you too, man. I love you too. So, there you go. Let's see. Gonzalo Garcia wrote for a special video show figure collection. Again, I don't really want to do that. Sorry. Here's the wall. Here's a wall. There you go. Cybermon81 wrote, are you planning to hire voice actors? No, because I don't want to have to pay anybody else. Come on now. I'm fine doing all the voices myself. I don't care. I'm not trying to become like a big... I'm not trying to turn this into a big production thing, you know. Like, Dude, Where's My Couch was a big production, and I still did all that by myself, and I was fine doing it all by myself, you know. If I ever need somebody to do a voice for me, I can always get Lori to, like, do a girl voice if I need it. So, yeah, no, I make do with what I got. But anyway, thank you very much for your question. Jason Chastain. Didn't I just answer a question for you? I think I just did. But anyway. Question, other than toys and related media, what are your favorite hobbies? I like to read, I like to write, I also play racquetball. I collect spores, molds, and fungus, and no, but I like to read, I like to write, I'm a movie buff, I like to watch movies, you know, I played a little basketball back in the day, and then realized that I sucked at basketball. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Question, how did you and Lori meet? We met at my friend's high school graduation party. Lori is actually older than me, just so everybody knows. Lori is a year and a half older than me, and when I was a senior in high school, she was actually a freshman in college. And, you know, obviously it was graduation year, and right before graduation, my friend threw a party at his house. And Lori was actually a friend of somebody that I was going to school with, and she brought Lori with her, and I met her at that party, and we got to talking, and the funny thing is that when the party was over, and everybody was leaving, I was still sitting on the couch, and I was a little bit in a little bit of a daze. There was alcohol. Don't drink till you're of legal age, kids. Don't. But I was a little tipsy, and Lori came up to me. She was about to leave, and Lori came up to me and asked me for my phone number. I didn't ask her for her number. She asked me for my number, and I gave it to her. And then, you know, she called me. We started talking. Then we started hanging out again, and you know, we started dating. And almost 20 years later, we're still together. Yes, that's not an exaggeration. We've been together. This February will be our 20-year anniversary. We met in 1997. So yes, 20 years together, still going strong. I love my baby. I love my baby. But yeah, that's how we met. Let's see this. Statement followed by a question. Statement, my wife's name is also Lori. Oh, small world. Our experience is that Lori is a rarer spelling. Oh, Lori, yeah, because she spells it Lori. Is a rarer spelling, and that almost everyone we meet expects her name to be spelled differently, or for it to be short for something else. Question: do you and Lori experience that same thing? Thanks again for all you do. Thank you. Yes, usually at restaurants when you have to put your name in, I think they've written Lori's name in every way except the way it's actually spelled. They've been like Laurie. I think they've done Lory. Lore, I think they've done. I think they even spelled it Larry. Larry. Yeah, she gets that a lot. She gets that a lot. But thank you for your question. Next, Sammy Dizon, or Dizon. Again, I'm sorry for messing up your names. You mentioned Lori so many times on your videos, and I've seen cat hairs on some of the videos you reviewed. I would like to see at least for one time you and Lori and your cat on camera so we can say hi, Merry Christmas, and Happy Newcastle Year, MGO. Thank you very much. As far as the cats have been on camera before. Watch the pre-Comic-Con video that I did this year. I do show both my cats. As far as Lori goes, that is not my decision to make. She does not want to be in front of the camera, so I will respect that. I'm not going to make her do anything she doesn't want to do. So if she wants to be on camera, she'll be on camera. But if she doesn't want to be on camera, I'm not going to force her. That's not up to me. So, sorry. That's all I can tell you. So, thank you very much. Next, from Rachel Manubhai. We understand MGO. I'm glad you do. Thank you very much. Thank you for being understanding. Roberto Bautista writes, Happy Christmas to you, too, and Happy Christmas to you as well. Sammy Dizon, again, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Again, Happy Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy everything. Happy. Okay. Happy, joy. Larry Leslie, there's a couple E's at the end there. We have all been through a bad year at some point in our lives. Key is to keep our loved ones close and talk to them about how we feel and what we're going through. Merry Christmas, anyone. Merry Christmas, everyone. Yes, very good advice. That is definitely very, very true. Keep your friends close. Always tell them how you feel, because you never know. You never know. Rachel Manubhai, again, how old are? That's literally where the question stops. How old? I don't know if you can see that. How old are you? Is that what you're trying to say? How old are you? I am 37 years old. And why did you start YouTube? Again, you know, I already answered that question. Just saw the people doing it. Thought, hey, I'll give it a shot. Roberto Bautista, again, Merry Christmas to you too. You wrote the same thing. You wrote the same thing twice. You wrote Happy Christmas and then Merry Christmas. Now you're just wasting space here. Anyway. Al Simmons, how were you introduced into Kamen Rider? I was introduced to Kamen Rider because of Gaim. Gaim is what got me into Rider, but really, but not just Gaim. It was actually people reviewing the Gaim toys. I saw people reviewing this weird padlock, this weird fruit padlock chopping belt, and I was like, what the heck is this thing? What is this? What is going on here? What is this weird belt? And then people were just raving about the show and talking about how awesome Kamen Rider Gaim was, and I've never watched Kamen Rider before. I've heard people talking about it a lot, but I never really had any inkling to watch it. And then people were just raving about how awesome Gaim was, and I said, you know what? I'll check it out. I'll see what all the hoopla is about. And I started watching Gaim, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I bought my first driver, and I bought a bunch of lock seeds, and it just kind of snowballed from there. And now I am just a full-time Kamen Rider fan. So yeah, that's how I got into it. So thank you for your question. Next up, Solace1206 writes, do you donate the toys you don't like? Like I said, there's the rare instance like that Impossible Toys RC. I sold that on eBay after I was done with it because I didn't like it that much. The Cool Dino King, I did donate to somebody. But for the most part, even stuff I don't like, I hold on to because, you know, still part of the collection. So I just really have to have some real detachment to it to want to actually just give it away. So there you go. So thank you for your question. Todd Phillips writes, if you can make a list of top 30 movies from your childhood to your adulthood, what would be on the list? 30? 30? 30? Not even 5, not even 10. That's usually the norm, but 30? You want me to come up with 30? I can't come up with 30, dude. I'm sorry. I can't do 30. What would be on... I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I'm not good with lists. I'm not good with categorizing things. I honestly can't answer that question. I'm sorry. I really don't know. That's something that requires a lot of thought And I can't do that right now. I'm sorry. But thank you anyway for your question. Jack of All Claws writes a Q&A hosted by Mascot. No. He gets verklempt if you looked at him funny. He can't answer questions. No. David Steinhilber, again, hopefully I'm pronouncing your names right. Yo, MGO, out of this year in both Generations and RID, what are your favorite figures of 2016? Oh my god, that's another one of those questions. Categorize things. Rate things. I don't know. There was a lot in 2016. You know that, right? That's a lot to sort through. Favorite. I'm like looking over at my shelf here to see if I can pick something out. I don't know. I do really like Six Shot. Titans Return Six Shot. I think he's really good. I would put him up there. I think he's a really good figure, even though he is just like the G1 toy with some extra joints. He's still really cool, maybe because of that fact. As far as the RID line goes, I like all the RID toys. I honestly do. I like those figures. I just think they're fun. I think they're playable. I just think, for me, their simplicity makes them more playable. They make them more fun. And I know some people hate that, but I appreciate them because of that, because I don't have to spend 15 minutes transforming it. I know some people want to spend 15 minutes transforming a figure. But the funny thing is then that the figures that you take 15 minutes to transform, now people don't like because now they're over-engineered. So it's always very weird how people will complain about one thing, and then when they get the opposite, they will complain about that. But anyway, that's a whole different story for a whole different time. But anyway, the only thing I can really specifically pick out is maybe Six Shot would maybe be my favorite figure of this year. Again, it's just a lot of stuff to sort through that I don't even remember half of what I reviewed this year. So sorry, it's the best I can do. So thank you very much for your question. David Jackson writes, what is your favorite Kamen Rider and Super Sentai series so far? Again, Gaim and Gokaiger. My Gokaiger shelf is right over there. That's why I'm pointing that way. You don't know what I'm pointing at, but yeah. So there you go. Thank you very much. Jack of All Claws again. Have you ever thought of getting an upgraded body for a Mascot? No, he's very secure with his body. He doesn't want an upgrade. He's secure with his appearance. Let's see here. Clayton Williams writes, I can see you have had a rough 2016 by your most recent show here, 200,000 subscriber special. I hope your 2017 is better. I am inspired as a collector and would love to do reviews as you do. However, I feel your fun and entertaining approach can't be equaled by any other TRF reviewer out there. That's not true. Everybody has the ability to have fun. It's whether or not they want to do it on camera is a different story. Let's see. If I had one question, it would be, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. What do you hope for in the future? Good things. I hope for good things in the future. And will you continue to grow your channel into a larger budget show? No, because this costs enough as it is. Again, I don't even want to think about how much money I've spent on stuff to review on this channel. I don't even want to do that kind of math. So no, this show is big budget enough as it is, honestly. It doesn't seem it, but yeah, a lot of money goes into keeping this channel running, so no. If so, I would love to be your Canadian correspondent. Hey, anything's possible. Cordially, a fellow geek. CW, PS, 'tis chic to be geek. It is très chic to be geek. Thank you very much. Nick McCarthy asks, do you have a dream car? Mustang, like the newer Mustangs. I love those cars. I think they look awesome. I know nothing about cars, but if I ever do get a car, if I ever do get a license and get a car, I want a Mustang. One of those newer Mustangs. Let's see. Superior Soundwave writes, why do you make Dark of the Moon, Megs, and Wave as your main characters for most of your skits, besides the one in the toy review, and why you use a Barbie couch? I use Megs and Wave a lot in skits because I love Megs and Wave. They are my absolute favorite characters to do skits with because I never have a problem coming up with material for those two. They are the easiest characters to come up with material for, and that's why I have so much fun doing things with Megs and Wave. I'm talking about them as if they're actual real actors or something. They're so easy to work with. But yeah, that's why I use them so much, because I never have a problem coming up with material for them. They're just so fun. They're pretty much just I've made them like the odd couple of Transformers, and they're just the most fun characters for me to do skits with. And like I said, I never have a problem coming up with material for them. So it's just it just comes so naturally. Like, dude, where's my couch? Came so naturally. It was so much fun because I love writing material for those two. It's just so much fun. So yeah. And why do I use a Barbie couch? I needed a couch for them to sit on, and I saw this Barbie set at Walmart, and it had this pink couch that I actually thought looked pretty cool. So I bought the set. I took the couch, I painted it red, I spray painted it red, and yeah, that became their couch, and that's why I used it, because it looked cool and it worked for what I needed it for. So there you go. So thank you very much, Superior Soundwave. Next up is, I don't even know how to pronounce this, Tasm Prog SFCF channel. Rolls off the tongue. He writes, hey, I'm just a kid, but please answer. What's wrong? I just explained what was wrong in the beginning of the video. Are you okay? I'm good, thank you. By the way, you always make me laugh. Keep it up. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. There you go. Who else? Next up, Underpants Fwisk W writes, why do people do this? Or people do this thing, I'm going to show you right here. This bugs the crap out of me that people do when they will write a comment and then they'll do space, 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 and then, like, why do people do that? Why do people do that? I don't get that. That's kind of annoying. I hate that. I'm sorry, but I hate that. Why? What's the huge gap for? Why is that necessary? Anyway, he writes, are you okay, Mgo? I hope you are. I'm fine. Thank you. By the way, how tall are you? I'm 5'10". And at the very bottom, after all the scrolling, love you, Mgo. Love you right back, man. But for future reference, don't do that big space thing. That's just, nobody likes that. Nobody likes that. It's annoying. What is this? We will all eat glass. Right? Sorry to hear about all the crap you and Lori had to deal with this year, but keep your heads up, because 2017 is coming and everything could change. Yeah, everything will be fine. For my questions, what are your favorite writer and Sentai series? I've already answered that. I personally would like to know your education as struggling college students. Little things like your reviews and skits make a bad day of classes way better. Thanks for all the work you do. Merry Christmas. And here's to another 200,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. As far as my education goes, I graduated from high school and vowed that I would never look at the inside of another school again for as long as I live. So that is it. Just high school graduate. I did not go to college because honestly, I hated school. I hated school so much. School was just not my thing. I did well in school. It's not like I was bad in school. I did well in school. I got good grades, but I just hated school so much. So high school graduation was the happiest day of my life because I vowed I would never see the inside of another school for as long as I live. And I haven't. And I'm sticking with that. And I've done good so far. So, hey, I've managed to get good jobs. You can make do with just a high school diploma. You can make do. Obviously, if you want a much better job, obviously a college education is the way to go. So I'm by no means discouraging anybody from going to college. If you want to go to college, hey man, reach for the stars. Reach for the stars. Keep your feet planted, but reach for the stars. So now let's move on. Thank you very much again for your question. Clue 2.0 wrote, hey man, I hear you. I wish I could help you out. If you need to, just talk to me if you need anything. A couple of people have said that to me. If you need anything, just let me know. Like, I'm good. I have Lori. I have family. I have people to talk to if I need somebody to talk to. I appreciate the sentiment though, but you know, I always got somebody to talk to if I need somebody to talk to. But thank you anyway. I appreciate the sentiment. Anyways, is there any way you can help me fix my Age of Extinction Voyager Galvatron? His side panels are about to fall off and I'm scared crazy about it. I can help you in return if you need to. Send me an email if you can. Thanks. Here's how you fix him. Buy a new one. There you go. Problem solved. I don't know. I haven't had any problem with mine, so I wouldn't know how to tell you how to fix it. Who's this? Adept Vanguard 94. Hey, Emgo, I've always wondered, and you may have already answered this, but how did you and Lori meet? I already answered that question, but thank you for your question, Adept Vanguard. Tuna Cakes 163. Hope all is well with you and your family. Whenever things get better for you, your fans will be here waiting. Thank you for all the joy you bring us. Good luck. Thank you very much.